Hello, are you in relationship and wondering, shall I stay or shall I go? Well, let me tell you how I did it. My name is Beba and I am divorced. I am 50 and I got divorced, separated actually, nearly 3 years ago. And that wasn't an easy decision to make. I was in a marriage for 18 years, officially married, but we were together for 23 years. That was one of my hardest decisions to make. You are grasping for the last little bit of hope, where you think, oh, something might change, something might get better. However, that's not the case. You're deliberating, trying, hoping, but sometimes, the things have expiry date, and sometimes just plainly it doesn't work. It can't work anymore. So I went through all these questions in my head: when and how, and shall I not, shall I try? But I just couldn't make a decision. I was desperately trying to keep up my dream of this family, perfect family that I had, and I really, really desperately wanted it to work out, but it didn't. We grew apart, we were just cohabiting together, and you come to the point where this is not working for me anymore. And you talk to people, talk to your friends. And one of the things that really helped me is when one of my friends asked me, can you see yourself in your marriage in 5 or 10 years? And for some reason, for the first time, I really deeply thought about it and I couldn't see myself. And it was a scary revelation. It was it was in the open. I knew that I need to make this next step and say, okay, I don't want to live together anymore. And the fear is enormous. The fear of saying it, making that step, and then all others that come after that. How am I going to do it? I'm in my 40s. I need to start a life again. And if you have watched some of my previous videos, you might know that I have moved a lot and there were many ups and downs, traumas in my life. And you think in your 40s you have all your ducks in a row. But unfortunately, life doesn't work like that. Things happened. And yeah, that was one of the, I can say, things that helped me the most. And I would suggest anybody who is deliberating and thinking about it, ask yourself, can I see myself in this relationship in next 5 to 10 years? Next step for me was to put down on the paper bullet points. What is it that I'm afraid of? How am I going to manage, etc. So basically, first and foremost, I asked myself, how am I going to support myself? In the current job that I had, I was not sure that I would be able to do it. So I started looking for the different jobs because at that time I was working part-time, and I said to myself, okay, if I want to come out and not struggle, I need to find a full-time job, which I in the end did. Next thing was, where am I going to live? Am I going to stay here? Can I overtake this house? Or do I need to move out, rent, or do we sell, split the profits, and then I would look to buy myself something smaller? All these things are really important, and it's easier when you put it down on a paper. It's not circling all the time in your head, and you have it in front of you, and then you can start ticking the boxes basically. Okay, I can do this. No, I can't do this. What do I do about it? Kind of making deliberate steps knowing what you want to achieve or what do you want to do, basically. Also, I would highly suggest talk to your kids, prepare them, let them be aware of it, what's happening. Some of us do tend to hide it, but there is no point in it. The kids know. And you know what? When you explain it to them, they understand. They would rather have a happy parents that are divorced, separated, than unhappy ones that are still, fighting, arguing, or maybe just not being happy, and they can see it and they can't do nothing about it. Here is the bonus material. What I have learned through all of this process, that no separation, divorce, is amicable. It's a myth. Bottom line. Marriage, when it breaks, it's a trauma. It's like losing a loved one, and you need to mourn it. And you will mourn it for however long it takes. You will get upset, you will be angry, you will be devastated, but it's normal. It's a process and it will pass. Next thing is, you are not a failure. It is not end of the world that you are separating. Millions of us have separated. Unfortunately, when it doesn't work, better let it go. Women tend a lot to blame themselves for everything. I could have done this, I could have done that, etc. I wasn't good enough, etc. And I can just tell you, if you have given your all and you tried everything and you have a clear conscience, you are not a failure. You have a life that you need to live and you deserve to be happy in that life. If you find this video helpful, useful, like it so it can reach others that might help them in making this, crucial decision in their life.